Do you know that as an oil palm farmer, the time you harvest your oil palm bunches, how often you harvest your bunches from your trees, and the method you use in harvesting those bunches from your trees are one of the key factors that determine the quantity of oil you'll be able to get during processing and also the quality of your oil. And even shockingly, it goes a long way in determining the ability of your trees to produce in subsequent years. And that is why on today's episode, we are going to be looking at principles guiding profitable harvesting in oil palm farming. In case you are watching for the first time, this channel is dedicated to promote sustainable and profitable agriculture. This is Nigerian #1 oil palm farming YouTube channel. My name is Lawal Ishalawa. I'm an agri consultant. I'm a farmer by training, by education, and by practice. So without wasting much of your time, we are going to be looking at those principles that guide profitable harvesting in oil palm farming, because so many oil palm farmers are just harvesting, and unknowingly to them, they are causing more harm to their trees than good. And also, more farmers are harvesting in the wrong way, thereby shooting themselves in the leg, processing low quality oil, and at times they will not be able to get the right amount of oil they should get from their bunches. So these are the things we are going to be looking at in today's episode. The first thing we are supposed to know as an oil palm farmer is the right time for us to harvest our bunches. You don't just wake up one day and say, okay, this bunch is looking ripe already to you, and you decide to go and harvest. So there are some key things you need to look for before you harvest a bunch. And one of them is the physical evaluation, which is the ripeness. You must be very sure that the bunches you are about to harvest is already ripe. And it is not too far for you to know how a bunch is ripen. There will be change in color, usually from black to reddish pink. So it will be bright reddish pink. So you will know, okay, this bunches is already ripe, and there will be color change, and the bunches will be full and very, very plumpy, looking plumpy. And another thing, one of the tests, because particularly in a situation whereby your trees are already tall, you cannot be going there and picking fruit from the bunches to taste. So one of the key things for you to determine that, okay, this bunches is looking ripe, is it really ripe, is for you to look at the base of your tree. When you see about 3 to 5 loose fruit dropping at the base of your tree, definitely you must know, okay, these bunches are ripe. Then you can go ahead to harvest them. Now, one of the implications of harvesting and underripe bunches is that a bunch that is not yet ripe or that has not fully ripe has low oil content. And in most cases, you will find it very, very difficult for you to even extract the little oil from it. So it's better for you to wait. So now, another thing is that you must also bear it in mind that you must not allow your bunches to overripe. When they overripe, although you might get a little bit more oil, but the quality will be very, very low. So you have to bear this at the back of your mind. So the next thing we'll be looking at is how often, the frequency of our harvesting. This is very, very important, particularly for people who are running a commercial oil palm plantation, that you've already divided your plantation into blocks. The ideal thing to do is for you to go around your field, your block, to harvesting run. You must go around every 10 days, or at most every 14 days, maybe during the low season. So you have to go around every 10 days for your harvesting. Now, the essence of this is to guide against bunches going overripe and processing bad oil at the end of the day. So when you go around every 13 days, the ones that are not yet fully ripe this week, uh, this run, will have become ripe in the next 10 days or next 14 days when you are visiting. So this will give more room for deterioration of your bunches, and also it guards against theft. Now, the method by which you use in harvesting your bunches is also very, very important. Now, when your trees are about the age of 3 to 7 years, what you use are chisel. What you use are chisel and small cutlass. So those are the things you use in harvesting uh, young trees, because you must guide against causing injury to those trees at that very point. So, and another thing you must be at the back of your mind is that there should be minimal front removal, if anything at all. You must try as much as possible to guide against the removal of front, which is pruning. Trees at this age doesn't really need pruning. So the only time you can prune is when the fronts are dry or when the fronts are diseased. So you find a way by which you use chisel just to steal out the bunches from the tree, and that is all. Then when the trees are about 8 years plus upward, that is when you can use all this motorized harvester, or you can use sickle, all this sickle. Then you can attach aluminum pole to it to drag your bunches down. So these are the things, when, how often, and the method you use in harvesting your oil palm tree for maximum profitability. Before I go, I would like to share with us some four important tips, for some four important harvesting tips we must also imbibe in our farm. The first tip I'll be sharing is that you must, as a matter of duty, to avoid bruising of any type on your bunches, because whenever you drag your bunches on the ground, and the bunches are having a whole lot of opening, you are inviting bacteria, you are inviting exam, and you will be speeding up the deterioration of the bunches. So you must guide against bruising and cut on your bunches. Another thing is that before you do your harvesting, make sure you have a clear circle around your trees. Now, if you don't have a clear circle around your trees, and you go ahead with harvesting, whenever you harvest a bunch, when the bunch drop on the ground, there will be so many loose fruits that will detach from the bunch. So when the surroundings of the trees are bushy, there is high possibility that majority of all those loose fruits will go into waste. So when you have clear circle around your your trees during harvesting, you will be able to see all those loose fruit, and you'll be able to pick them. It guides against waste in your farm. Then another thing, you must, as a matter of fact, process your harvested bunches within 24 hours to 48 hours after harvesting. This is to make sure that you end up with high quality oil, a oil that would not have excessive FFA content, free fatty acid content, that will be banned for exporting. And lastly but not the least, you must also put the safety of your workers at heart. Supply them with personal protective equipment like helmet, like work boots, and uh, glove. With this, I've come to the end of today's episode, and I hope you've have gotten value one way or the other from today's episode. If you have gotten value, kindly give it a like, share with your friends, and drop comment in the comment section. Before I go, I would like to tell you once again that if you want to go into oil palm farming and you are looking for information, I have a book out there, the Nigerian best-selling oil palm farming book, titled How to Build Generational Wealth Through Oil Palm Farming in Nigeria. That's the book you are seeing on the screen. You can reach out to me on the number showing on your screen on WhatsApp. The book is available in soft copy, hard copy, and also it's available in bookshop, Nigeria, Roofing Night Bookshop in Lagos, Abuja, Ibadan, and Port Harcourt. So, and also for those of us who are already in business and we need a business plan, you need a business plan for oil palm farming and processing. You can also place an order for a customized business plan for your oil palm farming business. Thank you for your time, and see you on the next one. Sheshe.